Hello and welcome to another edition of MassCAC Student Athlete Spotlight, where each week I get the opportunity to interview an amazing student athlete from the conference. I'm Emily Liu, MassCAC Assistant Commissioner, and speaking with me today is Sophia Yates of Fitchburg State Field Hockey. Thank you so much for being here today, Sophia.
Of course, thank you for having me.
All right, so starting off with a kind of an easy question, but why field hockey? What drew you to it?
I started to play field hockey in fifth grade because my sister, Sammy Yates, who's also on the team with me, she started to play field hockey in middle school. For middle school, we went to a new school. So she was like, let me just try out this sport. And then I like literally got sucked straight into it. And I also played ice hockey. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a way that I can play ice hockey like all year, like play hockey anywhere I want to be. So it just drawed me straight to it. And then I've literally been playing it ever since. And I just knew when I wanted to come to school that I kind of wanted to start off the school year playing a sport, being able to have a team and like a whole group of friends. And we just have the best team ever. And I know that I literally wouldn't change this for the world.
You want to give a shout out to your sister since you mentioned her?
Yes. Oh my God. Number 24, Samantha Yates. She's so good. Oh my gosh. She's so good. She's kind of like we do like a diamond shape in the middle. She's our bottom diamond. So she's like the whole core of the whole entire group.
Aw, that's awesome. What's the age difference?
She's 2 years older than I am.
Okay.
But we're technically in the same grade because she graduated like right when COVID hit. So she took a 2-year gap year. And then I was starting to look at schools and stuff like that when I graduated in 2022. And then my parents were kind of like, come on, Sammy, like you need to like go to school somewhere. And so she decided to come here to school with me and play field hockey with me.
Right. Well, that is a fantastic segue into our next question. How did you land at Fitchburg State?
So I had definitely had a lot of other schools and stuff. I was looking just at other places to play field hockey, but I have family that lives in Fitchburg, and so they were kind of like, "Have you looked at Fitchburg?" And I was like I have, but like it's not really my top choice." And then I just came to the school and fell in love with the team, and I was like, "This is definitely my place."
Does your family get to come see you play?
Yes. Oh my gosh, all the time. I have grandparents that live in Keene. It's only like an hour drive from here, so they come down. I think we're gonna have a bunch of people on Saturday because it's our senior night. So I'm really excited for it.
Awesome. Well, you're just setting me right up for the next question with what your answers are. But Fitchburg State, your field hockey team is having a great season. On Tuesday night, you clinched at least a first round bye into the
Mhm.
tournament next week. Just talk about the mindset of your team and just kind of, some of your goals that you had throughout this season.
I think that we all just really want to succeed this year. So this is my junior year. So the past couple of years, we've been super close to being like a really good team. Like we've had great opportunities. And I think that we just all are like on this edge of like, we can do this. Like we can win the mascot. Like we just have this great team and we had a bunch of fifth years and stuff like that stay. So it's like I get now another year, another opportunity to be with people that I wouldn't have ever been to like play again with. So I think we're all like, this is our year. Like this is our year. I'm super excited for it though.
You could definitely tell, and even before the interview started, you could just tell how excited you are.
I
So
got that email and I was like, oh my gosh. And I immediately responded. I got it on my phone. I was like, oh my God, I need to respond right now.
all right, so switching gears a little bit, let's talk about the academic side of the student athlete life. You are an environment and earth science major. Extremely interesting, might be a first for our student athlete spotlight interview series. Can you talk about that and maybe what you want to do after you do graduate?
Yeah, so I've always just been a super like interested in our environment and stuff like that. And I'm from Vermont, so I'm just surrounded by trees and mountains and animals and stuff like that. So I've just always grown up being like a part of our environment and it's just super interesting. And so I knew when I was coming to school, I had a bunch of AP credits that like would transfer over. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go straight into my major and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I've honestly been enjoying a lot of my classes. They're really fun, they're really interesting. And what I want to do after college. I want to go into water management. So it's like with wastewater and like towns and stuff like that, getting their water sources and stuff. So I think it'll be really interesting. And I'm actually looking for an internship. So that's my next thing, is to try to find out somewhere I can go for my major.
That is amazing, amazing goal for your future career. And I have to ask, do you get to go, like, obviously in college you're in the classroom a lot, but do you get to go out into nature for class? Like what kind of field trips, I guess, do you get to
Yeah.
do?
My first year, we went to a bunch of like wastewater plants and stuff like that. We got to see how it was all set up, all of the ways that they would clean the water, and all this really cool stuff. There's literally like one like a mile away from our campus that supplies the water for us and for the town of Fitchburg. And so yeah, that's super interesting. And now I'm in this like hydro class, and we've been going out to like rivers and stuff like that. We were measuring how much water gets comes out of the river and all this stuff. It's really interesting. And I honestly I'm more of like a hands-on learner. I like going out into the like environment and like doing the stuff that I've been learning in the classroom. It's kind of like a lot easier than just like taking a test and you're like, oh, like all this stuff. Like it's way more enjoyable to be out like in the environment and like doing the stuff that I would do if I was to like get a job in this career.
I couldn't agree more. Hands-on learning is amazing. So,
Hmm.
all right, so this can be from student life, athlete life, or both. What is a favorite memory or memories you have so far from your time at Fitchburg State?
I wouldn't say that this is like my favorite memory, but my most memorable memory of Fitchburg, we were going to play New England College. It's like maybe a 7 o'clock game, like really late. We're all on the bus. It's kind of a far drive. It's closer to like where I live, like in Vermont, than it is from Fitchburg. And we get there, and their campus is a little tricky, but I that was one of the colleges that I had toured there before. So I was like, I know where the field is. And I'm like trying to help the bus driver get somewhere. He takes the wrong turn. We get stuck in this like dead end. And he's like, oh my God, we can't turn around. We're in this huge like coach bus. Like, and so he starts to back up and he hits a car and then keeps backing up. And we're like, oh my God, like we have an hour and a half before the game starts and we just hit a car. Like, oh my God, like this couldn't get worse. It literally got worse. So now we like have to back out into the main road. He makes like a bunch of the players get out to stop traffic. We back out. We miss the turn again to the field as I'm like, it's right there, it's right there. So then he like takes us on this long road and he's like, I need to find a place to turn around. We're like, okay, no problem. We drive literally 20 minutes the other direction. And we're like, oh my God. I call my mom and she's like, where are you guys? Like, I'm here at the field. And I'm like, we might be getting kidnapped. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, something's going on. I don't know where we are now. We're like going back to Fitchburg. So he finally finds a place to turn around, and this place is like a dirt parking lot. And that whole day before had been raining. So now it's like a mud parking lot. So he turns us around and we get stuck in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh my, we're in our yet white uniforms, we're away. And I'm like, I'm not going out there to like push the bus or something. Like, I'm gonna get dirty. We got like, literally, we're now like down to 30 minutes before the game starts. Like, the other team I know is warming up. Like, I know, like, whatever. So we somehow miraculously get like the bus is like smoking. He's like trying to get it out. Like, so, oh my God, it was like so bad. And so then we finally make it to the field with like, they literally give us 5 extra minutes to warm up. We're like, okay, whatever. Oh my God, it was like the most intense game after that. We did end up losing 2-1, but like it was the most craziest game ever that we've like literally ever played. And I was like I will never ever forget the whole thing that happened before the game and the game. Like it was just so crazy. It was so crazy.
That is a very interesting story,
Yeah,
and
it was so crazy when it was happening. Like I was like, this
I
is
believe
not
it.
real.
It's something
And so
you'll
now
probably
every time
remember
I get on
forever.
Yes, yeah. Now every time I get on the bus, I'm like, okay, like let's just get straight to the field. Like
Point A to
so
point B.
crazy. Yeah, crazy. But I mean, I just have had so many memories here at Fitchburg, and our team is so fun and so great. And one funny thing that we do as a team is we do like a Halloween practice. So we dress up in Halloween costumes. And so I think we're going to be doing that tonight. And that's going to be really fun. And I think the whole team after is going to Chipotle because they do a thing like on Halloween. If you show up in your Halloween costume, you get like money off on your like burrito or whatever. So it's going to be pretty funny for all of us to like 20 girls to show up to Chipotle on Halloween.
You better take some pictures.
Yes, yes, definitely.
All right, so we're gonna kind of switch gears a little bit and get to know you on a more fun level. Not that all that stuff wasn't fun, but all right, first up, Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Uh, I have to go Dunkin', but if there's a Starbucks, it's definitely better, but I'm usually going to Dunkin' all the time.
I think the food kind of pushes Dunkin' over. Like Starbucks is it's expensive, but
Yeah, it's expensive. I don't really want to go out there, and we have a Dunkin' like literally like down the street, and so
yep,
it
right on
makes
the
way more
corner there, but
sense.
yep, by the corner by the train station. Yep.
Yes.
All right, any pregame rituals or superstitions?
Uh, I'm not superstitious, I will say, but I do the same like hairstyle every single game, but that's just because it's like I can do it easily and it's like it's done. Um, hmm. I'm trying to think of pregame. No, like no, I always have like a blue Gatorade and I do my hair. I feel like that's like the same, like I do it every game. And if something feels off, then I'm like, okay, like we got to change something up. Like
Okay. All right. So I know there's different brands of field hockey shoe, but what is your favorite to wear?
Uh, I honestly turf shoes are like the worst for me to buy. Like I feel like there's so many different styles and stuff like that, but I just wear like the Asics ones. They're just plain black. They are comfortable for my feet. It's not like I tried to literally this year buy a new pair of Nike ones and I refused to wear them because they hurt my feet. And so I just stick with my OG Asics because I just know that they work.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So,
Yes, seriously.
all right. If you could have lunch with anyone, who would it be and why?
Oh, lunch with anyone? Hmm. I think it would be my field hockey coach. I just love her so much, and I think that it just like a couple days ago we were out like there's this sushi place to us and we were just having sushi me my sister and a girl on my team Hannah Free and she just literally we didn't even think that she was going to be there. We just see this woman come out of nowhere. She comes and sit down with us and she's just has the most beautiful smile and she just brings this like joy.
Aw, what's so sweet to say about Coach Quinn? Aw,
She's the best. That's honestly low key one of the reasons why I came here. She was like, I was like, that's like, she just, I knew she wanted to change our field hockey program, and I was like, I'm here to do it.
it's awesome. So, all right, favorite place on campus?
Hmm. I definitely like going up to the library on it's like the third floor. It's like the quiet floor, so I can kind of just go up there and like hide somewhere and do my homework. I think that's probably my favorite place.
All right, last one. Fitchburg State, green or gold?
Green,
Yeah, you
green
like
for
the
sure. I mean, I just think green looks nice. I don't know. I also my high school colors were green and white, and so the yellow is like not a little weird, but I'm like I just got to stick with the green.
I gotcha. All right, Sophia, thank you so much for being
Of
here and chatting
course.
with me
Thank
today.
you. Thank you. This is super nice. Thank you.
Of course. And stay tuned next week for another edition of MassCAC Student Athlete Spotlight.